Okay, so here we are. UAD once again starting as the blue side to the north. Their opponents, PP Yolo Gamingx as the yellow team to the south. And well, just a reminder for viewers here about what you can expect on Runeberg.
Yeah, so Runeberg, pretty much there are three kind of lanes or kind of entry points that you want to engage in. You have the inner city, you have the outer city, kind of the city edge, and then you have the field. There's like a small village there as well. Yeah. But yeah, pretty much kind of three lanes on the map. And really, most times defensive teams go for the city no matter what.
Especially on the southern side.
Exactly. And then we do sometimes see, teams go for a push along the city edge or the eastern village area. So really, it just depends on the team.
And looky.
Yeah.
PP Yolo Gamingx going for what we want to call the typical traditional defensive setup for a southern team on Runeberg.
Yeah, so, nothing special right there. We've seen this time and time again. I mean, we actually, more often than not, we do see teams push up a little bit further than actually what Yolo's doing right now.
Yeah, possibly like just getting a T1
closer to that kind of
plaza.
Yeah, exactly. But they're really playing defense this time around. I think it could be because just how much or how dominated they were in that last set.
Indeed, and taking a look quickly at the tank setup, well, UAD going with something extremely heavy that can be just expected, of course. A pair of KB5s, a pair of 5100, and the T69 by Mini Choice.
Actually, only one tank is really different.
Yeah,
KB5 or an Ice 3.
For an Ice 3, but essentially it is a very heavy setup for both sides, as a matter of fact. And the first T1 going down on the PP side, Befes was taken down by Kudravka, as a matter of fact. So well done for UAD, drawing first blood here. And that's going to deny vision to, the Western Plaza within the inner city. So that could be a good option.
And already we see You Are Dead spreading out right now.
I'm really liking the spread.
Much more map control right now. They pretty much have full control of the map. They know almost, not exactly, but they have a really general good idea of where the PP members are, because they're not going to be out in the field. They're not most likely going to be right in the center of the plaza, and they're not most likely going to be at the center
that's
or at the city edge. They're going to be at the southern part of the city.
Well, to be honest with you, the only surprise effect right now that the PP Yolo Gamingx side could actually accomplish would be to go for the city edge push. And eventually they would get spotted too.
But You Are Dead's positioning doesn't allow that, because if PP goes for any sort of push on the eastern side of the map, they're going to be spotted.
Well, they're obviously going for a two-way push here, which is very traditional on Runeberg. So
especially for a more aggressive team.
Exactly. So usually the northern side, what happens is that they usually use their heavy forces. Most of their heavy forces towards the inner city to the north, and usually commit maybe the T69 and maybe another heavy tank to the field to the east, and usually they try to sandwich that defending position. But let us remind the viewers, though, if you defend like PvP is doing right now, it's extremely hard to unlock and just to siege that area, pretty much. It's very difficult.
And and I completely agree with you there. And if you are to want to have any chance at penetrating this defense, they have to send their T1s first. They have to send those T1s and know exactly which angles the PP side or the PP members are actually really guarding and defending right there. So if they can figure out the angles, then they could have a possible opening right there. But until then, even with this kind of surrounding sandwich maneuver here, it's still going to be extremely hard.
That's because of the map itself, pretty much. And a lot of times, this I was going to say, it's pretty lucrative as well, and very advantageous for the attacking team to cut through the city, like they're doing in the middle right here, as we're seeing on screen right now. So you've got Mini Chun here and his mate Soldier Wu that are just trying to cut through the middle as well. So if they pull this off well, they really just might. It's either like a crushing defeat or pretty much, it's really rare to see. It could be even.
We have seen fights like that go pretty evenly.
Indeed. It all depends on how you attack, pretty much, the defensive setup, because it's so very hard to just break that siege. Especially on the defending side, all you got to do is wait.
Exactly. And that's why more times than not, we do see the defending team almost usually prevail.
Exactly.
And it's only when the defending team, makes like an error where they move out too far, or they come out of cover, or just kind of chase the enemy, where we see the defending team lose these engagements. But I mean, if there's one team
there's one team that was really good at breaking the siege down south, that was the Night Eagles. During the open season, and they were usually actually going for a more medium setup, like with lots of T69s. and using that mobility to just try to flank like the heavier tanks. But I have to agree with you, like the defending team, if they don't budge, usually have the advantage in terms of firefight.
We do see You Are Dead going for a push right now.
Yeah,
they have all grouped up, all of their heavy forces here grouped up in the pretty much center of the map, and they have spotted Sniper Elite. Oh my god, he could go down.
No, he actually didn't manage to.
He made it over there.
He nearly took a shot, but he managed to get under cover behind that church. And
look at this maneuver.
Is a huge push coming from UAD. It's a very risky one, as a matter of fact. Yeah, Soldier Wu taking damage here.
Yeah, Sniper Lee and Soldier Wu both taking a little bit of damage here. T1 going down on the PP side, and so look at this, all these autoloaders all getting unleashed. Pretty much
exactly. And look at that, Soldier Wu's probably going to go down. So is Mini-chan. Mini-chan gets taken down. And what did we tell you? It's just, the defending team's got such an overwhelming advantage if they just stay
I mean, look at Blackhawk and Dr. Y. They're way too far back, and they're in those KB5 as well, so they're so slow, and it takes so long for them to get into the fight.
In the front lines from the very get-go.
Yeah, exactly. But now they're finally here. I mean,
it really depends.
They did manage to take it on Aiming 50. Look at that. The
They
minions did go down on the PP side, so they are lacking the hit points though.
I know, but Soldier Wu's so low. As a matter of fact, it's just like, you know what? A lot of it's going to depend on how many shots are left on the autoloaders of those 50-100s.
Oh, but look at that. Kudra Kai here also taking really low.
I know, and Legacy John out from behind. He goes down.
He goes down.
He goes down. So
I think
Kujavka like went down.
Victory.
And it depends though. Berkuchi might go down here, and if Blackhawk somehow he's gonna go down. Yeah, you've got first timers right behind here. It's a sandwiching maneuver. It's just right now we're even, but it's not gonna stay that way.
No, it's not even actually, because You Are Dead lost 3 tier.
Yeah, indeed, and Blackhawk going down here, so they're gonna manage to tie this up. And time again, we've seen that it's not about necessarily surrounding your opponent here. It's just all about timing and execution. And like Andy said, those KB5s were way too far away, and were not able to take the blunt of the force within the initial assault, which they should have done against the other loaders of those 50s, 100s, and which is why it is now an overwhelming loss for UAD. But once again,
I mean, because You Are Dead, they rushed in with that T69 and those 2 Aiming 50s, which really can't take a lot of punishment.
And they were spotted.
Exactly, and the KB5s were kind of in the back line, whereas, had it been opposite where the KB5s were in the front, I really think that You Are Dead might have been able to pull this off.
Yes, indeed. So, once again, well, you know what, we always like to see attacking teams prevail, because somehow it's just more entertaining for us, and then usually it's when you take the fight to enemies that you get the best results. But if there's one map that really can get punished, straight up, if your offense is not coordinated, it's Runeberg.
Yeah, definitely. And right there next to Ensk.
Yeah, as well.
So those 2 maps, I mean, definitely execution is crucial here right now.
But I'm really happy to see Runeberg back, because I'm thinking that more and more teams are going to find the key to how to just tackle this defensive setup.
Yeah, I mean, definitely we're going to see, Runeberg be a key to some championship victories here in the second season right now. And Mines was kind of that map during the first season, where PP Super Friends kind of brought that new strategy out
of like movement.
Exactly. And then because of that, they kind of, I guess, it was kind of like they started a revolution,
Indeed,
within the community.
Even Ensk, as a matter of fact, at first we're oh, Ensk again, because we saw so much camping on it. But teams like Efficiency coming up with really just revolutionary tactics. Just okay, let's just all go
gaming as well.
Insidious Gaming. So I have no doubt that creative teams, top teams, are going to come up with very special strats on Runeberg as well. But for now, yes, good job on Yolo Gamingx managing to draw level with their favored opponents. Some pretty solid defending. They really didn't have to do much.
Yeah, exactly. To be honest with you. It was pretty much just kind of slight miscoordination on the You Are Dead side.
Well, as